Hello crafters, it is time to meet Mummy Double Crochet. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Northern Yarn Arts. Today we are going to do the double crochet DC, written in patterns as DC or on charts like this. I will teach you more reading patterns and charts once you actually know a bit more about how to crochet. Okay, so I have my chain crochet. The link to how to do that is down in the descriptions. When I went from a chain to a single crochet, which the single crochet is also linked down in the description, I skipped one stitch. So there's a stitch right there. So I skipped one stitch. For this, I'm going to skip 2 stitches for this double crochet. I'm going to skip 2. But before I do that, I have to wrap my yarn around my hook. So right around. And I'm going to hold using my left hand, or the hand that doesn't have my hook. I'm going to hold that kind of behind my hook so that it doesn't come loose and the working yarn doesn't actually get in the way. So I'm going to skip 1 stitch, 2 stitches, and there's a 3rd stitch right there. I'm going to go right into that 3rd stitch with the hook of my crochet, or with the head of my crochet hook. I'm going to wrap the yarn around again, like that. I'm going to pull it out. So I've got 1, 2, 3 loops on my hook as the start of my stitch. I'm going to go wrap it around, and I'm going to pull it through 2 of my loops so that I'm down to 2 loops. So this is the one that I just pulled through. This is the original. I'm going to wrap it around again, back all the way to front, hold it in the back, turn so that it's going into the groove at the bottom of the loops, and pull it through. If I didn't turn, I'll show you what happens when I don't turn. So go in, into the loop, around. So I'm going to pull it through. I'm not going to turn this right away. Okay, so normally I would turn it before I even get anywhere near my loops. But if I don't turn it, it gets caught up on the other ones. So if I go and I turn it before I get to the loops, I can pull it through a lot smoother. And make sure that you're not pulling these super tight, because you want to have enough space that you can just pull your hook through with the yarn easily. So wrap it around, put it in, wrap around again, pull it through, wrap around, turn into the groove, pull through 2, wrap around, turn towards the groove, pull through 2. Okay, so that is the start of how you crochet, double stitch into, or double crochet into your chain. I will finish doing the chain, and then I will show you how to turn the row and start a new row. Okay, so I'm now at the end of the row. When you get to the end of a row, if you're following a pattern or you want to make sure things are straight, so you had counted your chains, you minus the 2 for the ones that you used, the ones you skipped, and then you count your stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So anyways, I already pre-counted these. So what did you do to count the stitches? Is your stitches are these. If you were to pull them apart, you're going to have a space. So this upright is your stitch. Okay, So you're going to just pull apart, and you can kind of feel, if you use your fingers, close your eyes, use your fingers, and you can feel those bumps. Those are your stitches. Okay? So I do have the same number of stitches in my first row as I did in my foundation row, my chain row. So now I'm going to go at the end here, I'm going to work into start my next row. The way I do that is I'm going to go back to the chain stitch. I'm going to just wrap around and pull through. So I'm going to do 1, 2. Now some people will say to do 3 chain stitches and count this first one as your first stitch. However, I find that it is not as pretty. It leaves more of a gap between the first stitch and the next one. So I do 2, and then you turn it around, because when you're crocheting with your right hand, you're going from right to left, so you got to turn it around, and we're going to start again. So wrap around, go into that first stitch, so there's the base of the chains, and you're going to go into the stitch right away. Okay, so the stitch, you can see bottom, I use both loops. You can use the front loop. Let's see if so front loop, back loop, or both loops. I usually end up doing both because I just find it easier. Patterns sometimes will tell you to do the front loop or back loop. So I pull that out, or sorry, and then go through 2. Wrap around, go through 2. Wrap around, go through your loops, wrap around, pull it out. Wrap around, go through 2. Wrap around, remember the twist, and go through 2. Wrap around, in, wrap around, out, wrap around, twist, go through 2, wrap around, twist, go through 2. Alright, and you're going to just do that to the end, and then at the end count again. Make sure that you've got the same number of stitches as you had when you started on the row previous and the row previous to that, because you don't want to have your crocheting go out and in or out, you know, change shape. Okay? Alright, so now you've done your double crochet. So we've met chain crochet, single crochet, double crochet. Next video we'll go back to half double crochet, and you'll see how it is in some ways a combination of single and double crochet. Remember to do practice, practice, practice. It will improve that muscle memory, because it's all muscle memory when you're knitting and crocheting. The more you do it, the easier it gets, more relaxing it becomes, because when you're learning something new, it's not necessarily relaxing, but as you get better at it and your muscle memory builds up, you will be able to find it relaxing, because it's just a great hobby to do for relaxation. I've actually had counselors recommend it to me for relaxation. Anyways, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Leave your comments down the bottom. Check out the linked videos in the description for how to do the chain stitch and the single crochet. Anyways, thank you. Have a great day. Enjoy your crocheting.